Take a look at this wallet, kicking everybody's ass, and has $460,000 in this wallet and $16 million in its contract address. Now if you want to know what they are doing, watch this tutorial till the end. Front-running and sandwich attacks can be considered one of the biggest bugs exploits in the decentralized exchange, costing users of these platforms perhaps hundreds of thousands of dollars a day. I don't know if you have ever made a transaction and had this problem happen to you and had to buy a token at much higher price than what the decentralized exchange initially showed you. But whether you have encountered this problem or not, in this video I will talk to you about this bug and tell you what it is, how it happens, and how you can avoid it. As I explained in some previous videos, the pricing system within decentralized exchange works in a such way that the creator of the token, in order to add a token to a decentralized exchange, adds some liquidity by adding another coin or token along with some of its own tokens as a liquidity pool to that decentralized exchange. Obviously, the initial price of a token is determined by the amount of that other token or coin that is added along with the new token. But from there on, the price is determined by buyers and sellers. For example, if a token creator adds $10,000 worth of Tether USDT along with 100,000 of their own tokens to the liquidity pool, the price of their token will be 10 cents or 1/10 of a Tether. And if someone buy, for example, $500 of the token, after that person's transaction is complete, the price of that token increases by 5%. And that's where the sandwich attack happens. In fact, front running occurs when someone with the knowledge that a buy transaction is underway that will significantly increase the price of a token comes in and make a transaction with a much higher fee than the actual transaction. As is typical, if a transaction with a higher fee occurs at the same time or a little after another transaction, it will probably get confirmed before the transaction with a lower fee. When the front runner's transaction is confirmed before yours, you, the next transaction, are forced to buy the token at a higher price. After your purchase, the token price increases even more and that front runner immediately sells the tokens after you. Of course, I should mention that for this purpose, they use very advanced, usually hybrid bots called maximal extractable value bots or MEV bots for short. Usually part of the bot is running on a very powerful server and is monitoring all transactions on some blockchain networks, and the other part of it is usually a smart contract that performs buying and selling in a fraction of a second. So there is no way you can prevent this from happening, so don't try to raise transaction fees too high and things like that, because it probably doesn't work. But obviously that person or the attacker will only carry out this attack when it's profitable for them. So we need to do something that makes that transaction non-profitable for that person. Now some token creators may have been able to solve this problem at some extent by adding some fees to buying and selling the tokens, but there are some things you can do to prevent this attack from happening to your transactions. The first one is that don't buy tokens that have a very small liquidity pool, or at least buy them in small transactions so that you don't have a very high price impact. 2. Set the slippage settings to the price impact amount that the exchange shows you or a little bit higher, and do not increase the slippage too high. 3. If you want to buy a token within the Ethereum network, you can use the Flashbot's RPC URL. It's a service that the front runners themselves are using, and you can use it by paying a small fee. 4. Use the Uniswap version 4 as it has an anti-sandwich attack mechanism, of course, because it is a new version. Not all the tokens in the version 4 contract have liquidity and many tokens are not available there.